Get out your tweed coats and mustache wax. The 2022 Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is happening May 22nd.
So if you've spent enough time in motorcycle YouTube to have discovered my channel, then you've probably already heard of the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. It's an annual event where riders gather in cities all over the world and go for group rides dressed to the nines on classic or classic-styled motorcycles. The idea is that each rider solicits donations. They actually make kind of a competition out of that part. And it all goes to benefit the Movember Foundation. The Movember Foundation supports various men's health research efforts, specifically mental health and testicular and prostate cancer. I may be slightly biased, but I think that's a pretty good cause, and it would be awesome if you could donate. I have a link to my donation page in the description below. The other thing I would love to see you do is participate. Sign up. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're local to the Washington, D.C. area, you can sign up for the D.C. ride and ride with me. The date of this year's DGR is Sunday, May 22nd. So get signed up, donate if you can, and I hope I see you out there. I first learned about the DGR last year, like a day before the event took place, and I was on my big road trip out west, staying in Missoula, Montana at the time. So the day before the ride was supposed to take place, I went to a thrift shop in town and just got like an old suit jacket that sort of fit me and a shirt and tie, just so that I could do the ride in the proper attire. And sure enough, the next day it was pouring down rain the entire time. So I didn't even go to the organized ride. I just went and cruised through some of the neighborhoods. I did a little live stream that died a couple minutes in. To be honest, I would describe that experience as type 2 fun, where type 1 fun is things that are fun to do. Type 2 fun is things that are fun to have done. I'll still be out there rain or shine this year though, and I will be doing the group ride. Alright, here we are at the bottom of Route 211. I've just done a sighting lap, which is something I always prefer to do if I can, just to check for gravel and cops and other hazards. It looks like we're all clear. Still not going to go too crazy up here. The temperatures are still pretty cold. I'm not sure if we've even gotten up to 40 degrees yet. And also it's pretty late, about 9:30 a.m. So there's a lot of traffic too. Excuses, I know. Today is April 2nd, but this is really the first proper joyride I've managed to go on this year, which means that I'm still in the process of breaking in my new tires that were put on in January. This is my second pair of Michelin Road 5s that I've had on my Speed Twin. My first pair lasted me about 8,000 miles, and I was so happy with them that I didn't even consider going to anything else. I doubt I'll be scrubbing them all the way to the edge today, but we may at least wear off a few more of the little nubs. Gotta slow down right here. This is where I got pulled over 2 years ago, and nobody there. Okay. Honestly, that pace is pretty fun for me. I doubt I would have gone much faster even in ideal conditions. Now that we've crested the mountain and crossed under Skyline Drive, we'll try out the western slope. While I do tend to cherry pick my most exciting riding clips to show in my videos on this channel, I think it's also important to provide a realistic view of my typical riding, just to sort of lend context, lend credibility to my bike reviews. Me saying that a motorcycle is comfortable does not mean the same thing as Jess from Her Two Wheels saying that a motorcycle is comfortable. Me saying that a motorcycle is fast does not mean the same thing as Alistair and Chris from 44 Teeth saying that a motorcycle is fast. I hope that by having a more accurate understanding of who I am as a rider, my audience can get more value out of my videos where I talk about a particular motorcycle or piece of equipment. Alright, western slope looked pretty clear on the way down. Let's give it a shot. My idea of sport riding doesn't mean going full throttle down every single straightaway. I like to roll on the throttle out of a corner, accelerate just enough that it feels satisfying, and then just kind of taper off on the straights. And I cruise towards the next corner, dab a front brake, downshift once or twice. And that's it. That is the pace that's fun for me. I got nothing to prove out here. Well, all I really wanted to do in this video was talk about the DGR and ride over 211, but I don't have to be back for a couple more hours, and now I have a gas station taquito warming my insides, so I'm going to keep riding, and I'm going to keep talking. Let's see, what else is new around here? I'm almost caught up on editing videos. All I really have left is the trip that I took last October down to the Tail of the Dragon. I treated that trip a little bit differently. It was more like a vacation. I wasn't like filming the entire time just to create content, but I love filming, so even on vacation I did plenty of it, and I think I'll be able to generate 2 or 3 videos out of it. They'll be kind of a diary style. If you're wondering if I have any plans for another big trip out west like I did in 2020 and 2021, I don't think I'll be doing that this year. I'm trying to save up for another bike, so I think any traveling I do on the Speed Twin is going to be limited to the East Coast, which is fine because there's a lot of great stuff over here that I haven't explored yet. Oh, hey gang, got some BMWs. So I mentioned a minute ago trying to save up to buy another motorcycle later this year. If you've been paying attention to my channel, you know that I've started to branch out into the dirt just a little bit. I've rented a couple of dirt-worthy bikes in the last year, and in those experiences I found that the type of dirt riding I enjoy the most is just kind of like exploring unpaved forest roads. Not really going fast on dirt or tackling, you know, really gnarly technical trails. And I'm also interested in being able to cover more ground on this bike. Yes, I can ride it 500 miles in a day, but I'm not happy about it, and I can't do it 2 days in a row. And I think that a bike that would allow me to do both of those things would be an adventure bike. Now, I'm going to go into a lot more detail about that in future videos, but for now, I want to answer the question that I'm sure you're thinking. No, I am not selling my Speed Twin. I've owned this bike for 2 years now, and I'm going on, let's see, I have 11,725 miles on the odometer. I have absolutely loved owning this bike, and no matter how many other motorcycles I get to try out, every single time I get back on the Speed Twin, I think to myself, yes, this is the one for me. This is my ideal road bike. This was the bike that kicked off my channel. It's still the bike that seems to draw the most interest. I mean, there's a reason why almost every video I post contains the words speed and twin in the title. However, I am kind of running out of things to say about it. I mean, I've done videos on how this bike performs at pretty much everything one could do with a road-going motorcycle, except for maybe track days. But yeah, I think you're going to see this channel focus less and less on the Speed Twin. You'll still see it in videos where I take it on trips, or, you know, maybe add other mods to it. And you'll see it in videos where, like, I talk about other stuff, but I happen to be riding this bike. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say today. I'll let you get back to whatever responsibilities you're shirking by watching this video. Just remember, Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is May 22nd. I hope you can either join or donate or both. Until next time, you all ride safe. And remember, motorcycles are for everyone.